side of the heel up. My name's Cameraman. My guest today is Will McCoy, known as Bohemath. He is currently putting together his farewell in-ring career, and we're going to. That's right, the last tour. We're going to sit down today and talk with Bohemath about what he's got coming up and what he's done in the wrestling business. So Bohemath, thank you so much for joining me today.
Appreciate it.
So we had tried to put this interview together a little while ago, and then all of a sudden there's a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of pushed things back, and originally I wanted to talk to you about your retirement as it progressed, but then things got pushed back because of all this. So
Pushback, dates got pushed back, some shows canceled, so.
That's right. So of the things that you had scheduled, have you heard about what's going to continue and what's not going to happen yet?
So far, all the bookings that I did have, they're still going to be pushed back. I do know all the other bookings are still up for grabs. I mean, so far they're still going to run it whenever they can. They're still just going to let it roll.
It's just kind of up in the air, but
yeah. So far, when they get the green light to go, they say we can still continue and follow as we plan.
So I know you from wrestling in Tennessee and Alabama. You've had a multi-state career. Tell me a little bit about where you started out at.
So I started, man, it was back, I think it was like 16, back in 2006.
Okay.
Met Cody Whitehead over at Central. You know, we're in English class together, Mr. Walker's class. I saw a flyer he had on his folder. I was like, oh man, that's cool. My dad used to wrestle. My dad was a jobber, Mr. Lewisburg, you know.
Okay.
He wasn't nothing too big. He's like, yeah man, if you want to, come train, come on down to Freddie Morton's. And then
so he was already training.
he was doing the training. He was just underage, so he was just
okay.
So he was still he was wrestling, doing all that. So LA Player, Lee Conjury, Jason Tucker, JT Quest.
Yes.
They had a little wrestling school they were doing on before the show opened. So I would go down there, after work on Little Caesars, and start training, man. And then Cody finally, broke away and started his own promotion, TCW,
okay.
Tennessee Championship Wrestling. And we started, doing more training and all that. And really didn't finish my training until I moved to Austin. Okay. And then Barrett Wade, not the former wrestler, and then Chris Tovar, he was my official training, to finish me off. But my first match though was in Lewisburg at the National Guard Armory in a Battle Royal.
Oh, you were in a Battle Royal?
Yeah.
How was that for a first match?
Oh man, I was the first one to get thrown over. It took like 8 or 9 guys to toss me over. I was a little bit bigger then.
So you did a little bit of a big spot in your first time out.
Yeah, I actually started as a manager and then worked my way. And I think what was it, man? So we did that. First match was that, and then I was just the manager, continuing on. In Pulaski when he was doing, TCW.
Okay.
And then I think we did like an outside show, and a couple guys didn't show up. They're like, "Hey, we think you're ready to go for it." And I still had, a couple more months, training to go to finish. But yeah, man, I actually started off, as Demon.
As a demon.
As a, we did the little ICP gimmick or Juggalo gimmick. It was me, Cody, and his brother. We started off like that, And then, I got my scholarship and all that, moved to Texas, and then lost that, ACL tear. And then just went on back to wrestling. Actually finished and started out with Lucha Gulf Coast, and it was based out of San Antonio, and then it was CCA.
Okay.
So, but that's where I, went and started, pretty much.
So, how did you end up back in Tennessee wrestling?
So, I finished school, and I was just partying. Nothing productive, man. Working the bars, getting the fights. So I was just like, man, I think it's time to go home, And so I moved home, and all my friends either got families or hooked on some kind of drug. So I was like, man, let me hit Cody up.
Okay.
Let's see, let me see if I can get back into wrestling. So it was his birthday bash, I believe, or something like that, or his retirement match. I can't remember.
Was he still running TCW at that time?
No, he was running. This was back 2017. So it took me like 7 or 8 years to want to move back.
Okay.
So it was Mayhem Wrestling. I think it was his retirement show or his birthday back. I can't remember which one. That's why I came back, man, and everybody welcomed me back with open arms, So that's why I started back.
Okay.
Started back wrestling again because down in Texas I would do a couple months, work the bars, and then another promotion would come in, work that, and then progress on. And then I was like, But when I moved back though, and Cody invited me back, and I was like, sure, I'll go back. Why not? And then ever since, man, ever since that show, I started back wrestling.
Okay.
Back in Columbia, and then progressed onto that.
So we don't have wrestling in Columbia at the moment.
Not right now. We're in the talks. We're in the talks with that, trying to get back running. So we're trying to get that going. So, but hopefully soon. Hopefully.
Now, from the opponents that you've had, is there anybody that really became kind of an arch rival to you in the ring?
Man, everybody's gonna laugh at this one.
Oh, no.
Dwayne Iverson.
Is that right?
Dwayne Iverson, man. We've from Lewisburg to Columbia, Chevelle, you name it. We've had it out, and I say we had some damn good hardcore matches too. I say the best one we had was in Lewisburg at MMP. Man, it was. I brought Freak Show in, as odds. Unfortunately, didn't get that win, but Dwayne's a little sneaky sucker, man. But we had everybody chanting ECW and going all crazy, man. So I think that was like the best highlight of a hardcore match I ever had.
So you've done a lot of hardcore matches.
That's mainly what I did was hardcore matches. Like I mostly did hardcore matches. Everybody called me the trash wrestler because that's all I did. But I could still wrestle though. But I mean, hardcore matches was my thing though.
Now, did you ever have a match that you walked out of kind of thinking, what am I doing here? Why am I going this far in the ring?
Oh man, that was back in Austin. We're doing Anarchy Rules. Okay. Anything goes. And man, it was like a scramble. And you just left and right getting hit with everything. It was like a death match, free for all.
Oh,
oh man!
Now,
but,
have you wrestled Freak Show? Have you guys?
I have a wrestled Freak Show. Tagged with them before, seen them wrestle. I actually grew up watching them. Like I wrestled, I shared the same locker room with them in Pulaski back when Cody started his promotion in TCW down in Pulaski at the Old Armory. I saw Freak Show, Phil Macho, and Crazy Lane, I think, or Insane Lane, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, they came down. And I was like, dude, who the hell is this guy? This dude can work and he was giving it all, man. He was working, and I was like, man, I want to be like that. I want to get heat like that guy,
So of all the states that you've wrestled in, what's your favorite?
I would say Tennessee, but I have to say Texas. Texas is the best one, man. I got over so great. I would cuss you out. I'll call you a dog. Call you every name in the book. And people eat it up and loved it and still cheered for me. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on, I don't know if I can cuss or not, but I was like, what the hell's going on, Like, these people are supposed to know boo and all that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like home, and everybody's behind me because, I'm just that bouncer from the 6th Streets, that's just kicking ass and taking names and squashing people. So
We were talking before we set up that you've actually preferred working face more.
I never worked face actually. So I was used to working heel all the time, and then recently it was Richard from Gregor and Richard from Tap Wrestling and Morrison. They're like, we're gonna try you babyface. I freaked out. I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I did it, and I was like, I'm starting to like it, selling more merch, and getting over with the crowd and all that, getting more matches and more title shots and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll work it. But I actually do like working the face now, I ain't got to go to run the cassette stand, and, get my food and run, I can actually just mingle out with the fans and do my little thing. That's pretty cool. I never experienced that, that much.
So back before the quarantine, you had made the decision that you were going to kind of wrap up your in-ring career.
Yeah.
What kind of brought you to make up your mind on that?
So I was in Ardmore, Tennessee. I was facing what's his name? Biff.
Uncle Biff.
Uncle Biff.
Yes.
So we had a good match. It wasn't the greatest match, and I was off points. I still have torn ACL. I have to get worked on, and it just wasn't fair for me taking up a spot when you got trainees who are doing 10 times better than I am, to take that spot up. And again, so I was like, I don't want nobody saying like, oh, Biff put him in his place and made him quit. No, Biff opened my eyes up to I still love the business. I still got the fire, but my body, Father Time caught up to me.
Oh, yes.
So if anybody knows what Father Time, then he catches up pretty quick.
That's right. Him and I have had a lot of long talks.
Yeah.
All about.
So So it's just more me like I'm not leaving the wrestling business, but I'm just stepping back and just moving behind the scenes. This is because it's not fair for me to take a spot when you got young kids doing 10 times better, and more stuff doing. Man, these guys, you got guys my size doing moonsaults off the top rope.
They are athletic.
And yeah, they're moving, man. So I'm like, and I just realized it's not fair for me to take that spot when you got somebody else who's busting their ass and improving and doing way better than my old ass. So.
Now, have you ever gotten in there and helped train anybody?
I have helped a couple guys. Like I said, we're trying to get we're trying to open up our own little wrestling company going up, and so we can start getting guys in and training and whatnot. I have helped a few guys out, but other than that, man, I mean, I'm not that veteran guy, so I don't feel like I need to be in that role. But I can give pointers for people my size. If it's guys like your size or Colton Cage and all them, they can move. They got their own skill. I'm a different kind of breed. When it comes to that training, so I can give pointers, but I don't see myself as a vet to train people yet.
Of course.
But we got people that can help out. Also line that up. If that makes sense.
Of course. Now you putting together the retirement farewell tour. What was the date that you kind of been looking at for the last match?
The last match was July 19th, Austin, Texas, for the ICW Southern Hardcore title.
And what were some of the promotions you were going to hit before you got there?
So I was going to try and hit up SWF,
Okay.
TAP, see what Rocket City was working with, Law, which is Live Alabama Wrestling,
Okay.
down in Huntsville.
Do you have a list of opponents that you kind of want to try to hit before you?
Yeah, I got a couple of them. I wanted to get Brad Cash, but he retired. Also, we're on quarantine right now, because I wanted to have just that one death match, either with Freak Show or Brad Cash.
So you want to get in one more hardcore?
Just one more hardcore, who for all. I never really done an official death match.
Okay.
So I always wouldn't just do that, just say, I'd done it, and did it. But I got a couple guys. I know Tyler Thorne, I think, is going to be over in SWF.
Have you been out to Tullahoma a whole lot?
Yeah, I've been out there. Actually, I went out there for the T-Town Rumble last year, and then for the SWF Underground, I was over there just doing commentating. Tyler Thorne, you know how he goes, talking smack. So I was like, okay, you I'm gonna have to do something when this quarantine's over with. Put the little kid up, But Vince Steele, we're gonna be doing CWA in Clarksville. Those are still on. We just don't know dates yet. So. Like I said, everything's still planned as usual. It's just postponed. But so far, though, my last match is still scheduled for July 19th in Austin. So.
And you were telling me a little bit of something about that match. The building you actually...
So I used to bounce there. I was a bouncer my whole college life. I worked from different bars on 6th Street to, Red River, which is where Mohawk is. It's a bar. I used to bounce there, and I just feel like it's the great spot to end it all, give it one last hurrah,
So if you do go into a role more behind the scenes, do you kind of see yourself like getting that bug every once in a while? You're gonna maybe have that occasional match every year or so?
Like all my friends who put off, who retired and stopped, can never say never, because I've seen people, put the hat up, put the boots up, go behind the scenes, and then somebody may call you out or test your skills, or maybe you have to come, get the itch out every once in a while. So, like I said, man, maybe, but right now, no,
Right now you're comfortable.
I'm comfortable with what I'm doing, man, because you got younger kids that do it way better than I am.
Yeah, this quarantine is kind of giving me like a sense of what it would be like if I wasn't doing anything. Have you had any like different aspects come to mind thinking about it now that you've had time to kind of rest? Like, do you feel like you could kind of draw it out a little bit longer?
Yes, I could draw it out a little bit longer. Maybe move the date, but I mean my body's a little better now. I healed a little bit. It's just I'm still feeling content though with just go ahead and just do my last ride and then let the young guys step into that spot.
So. Do you have any favorite matches that you've had during your career?
Man.
Too many to count?
No, I say it was Follow Ball. Me, Follow Ball versus Will Potter. What's his name? They're called Insane Heat or something like that. Man, what's his name? He tag team with Will Potter. I don't. He's gonna get mad at me for it because I forgot his name.
We can loud over here. It's all right.
Do what?
We get that a lot on the show.
Okay. Anyway, it was like Insane Heat, then me and Follow Ball, and and then versus the Thorns,
Okay.
Papa Thorn and Tyler Thorn, at Tap. And man, that match was just, we were all over the place having fun. I was doing rolls. Follow Ball was giving everybody the whole, bah, 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 it was, that was the best match. That was the ones I'll never forget, man. And then, I think a couple of shows in Hot Shot Wrestling down in Lynchburg, man. Before that, I went to a shitstorm when O'Brien bailed out on everybody and didn't pay nobody.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so everybody got taken care of that night, don't worry. That's how Elgin became cool and started using him more down here, bringing Elgin back down to Michael Elgin, that's on Impact. We started getting promotions, bringing him in for Tennessee and all that stuff. But other than that, I think that's my favorite match, though. My second one will be the Rocket City one for Tracy Smothers.
Really? That wasn't too long ago now.
No, that wasn't too long ago, and that was in a four-way scramble. Didn't win, though, but man, I had fun, though, man. That show was a blast.
I think that's the only time I've gotten to take photos of you. I think so.
I believe, man, was it Columbia, too?
Well, I have worked in Columbia.
Maybe Mayhem. I think that's the only ones I remember, like, I seen you take pictures. I thought I saw you at Mayhem, too.
Yeah, there was a while, I think Zach Austin was running out of the Mayhem building for a few months, and I was managing my nephew. So I was there those nights. And I have worked for Cody a few times, but not a lot.
Okay, so I think Rocket City was then. But after Rocket City, I got a whole lot of bookings after that. I was getting blown up after that, man. So appreciate you for that one.
Well, I like what you said earlier, that Rocket City was the place to be. We do try our best down there.
Man, I don't know, I was always told if you can make the Rocket City, then you got it. Because them Alabama boys there's some tough boys, man.
Yeah, there's some good competition.
There's some good. Travis Locke, I know he's from Tennessee, but he was down there going down for a while. And then you got Luther X. I would love to have a match before I quit with Luther X, man.
Luther, do you hear that, Luther? Luther versus Bohemath. Can we do it?
I say maybe Tullahoma, man. I mean, maybe we can get that going, or maybe Rocket City. You never know. But Luther, that kid, man. That guy can work, man. Sorry, don't get me mad at Luther.
Is there anybody else that's come up that you've just been like awestruck by that you think has got untapped potential? I mean, there are a lot of guys to choose from, really, but
There is a lot of guys to choose from, man. But EOW, man, those kids are.
That's right. Yeah, Caden
Sade, Matt Masson, Mike Cobb, Tawny Harrison.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Ryan Powell's, he was on AEW After Dark. I mean, he's the EOW too.
Did you pop for that? I popped.
I ain't gonna lie, I popped. When I saw him, actually, our first trip to Austin, it was Matt Madison, it was Colton Cage, Ryan Powell's, me and Caden Sade in a scramble with the Hooligans and Alex Horgan.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that free-for-all.
I haven't seen the Hooligans in a while. Yeah, I know.
See, that's one thing, like, I want to get my buddy Vince and, Vince Steele, and then, like, me and him go against, the Hooligans, man, because they were tearing it down, dude. I was like, man, those guys could work, man. Just like, Bobby Lowe, JP, Yukon Jack, Max Carnage, me, Mike Woods. They had that heat,
Oh, yeah.
Just like Frankie, man. I think, I haven't faced them except in the Battle Royal at Tullahoma, but other than that, Freak Inc. too, man, they're actually doing pretty good too, also.
Yeah, they are.
So, but other than that, man, EOW's pretty hot right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's countless of talent, man, to name. You got Spoiler, you got, Colton Cage, that's just too many to name, man. You got a lot of guys doing their work, man, putting in the time. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to pinpoint, is what I'm trying to say.